combat sports world just stood still. For months, we were told the door was slammed shut, the bridge was burnt, and the baddest man on the planet was gone from the UFC forever. But what if I told you that a single private conversation between Mike Tyson and Dana White has just ignited a firestorm that no one saw coming? This isn't just another rumor. We've seen the patterns, we've tracked the secret meetings in Vegas, and the evidence is becoming undeniable. The heavyweight division is about to be turned upside down. But before we dive into the leaked details, you need to hear exactly what Mike Tyson just dropped on his latest podcast that sent shockwaves through the industry.
See all your fights and stuff? All your knockouts is spectacular. Know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you, know what that means? That you're favored by God. You know that, right? Yeah.
Powerful words, right? Tyson isn't just a trainer, he's the ultimate insider. And if he's hinting at a return, the UFC's current heavyweight king, Jon Jones, should be looking over his shoulder. Because while Jones is preparing for retirement, a lion is being reawakened in the shadows, and he's hungry for the belt he never lost. Tonight on PunchParadox USA, we are exposing the Triple N strategy, the Ngannou networking and negotiation tactics happening behind closed doors. Is the biggest comeback in MMA history finally confirmed? Let's look at the footage that Dana White doesn't want you to analyze. To understand how we got here, we have to look at the fallout. When Francis left the UFC, Dana White said the door was closed forever. But in the world of fight business, forever...
Francis Ngannou is a bad guy. He's not a good guy. He plays the whole, I don't understand the language, and he tries to come off like he's a fucking nice guy.
Usually lasts until the right number is put on the table. Insiders are now whispering about a three-way collaboration between the PFL, the UFC, and Mike Tyson's management team. The goal? A cross-promotion super fight that would dwarf any boxing match we've seen recently. But why now? Look at the heavyweight rankings. Jon Jones is the undisputed GOAT, but he's running out of challenges. Tom Aspinall is the interim king, but the fans, especially in North America, are still debating one thing. Who is the real baddest man on the planet? Recent training footage from the Xtreme Couture gym shows Francis working on high-level wrestling defense. The kind you only need if you're preparing for someone like Jon Jones. This isn't just a man staying in shape. This is a man sharpening his tools for a specific target. And here is where it gets interesting. Mike Tyson's role isn't just coaching. He's been seen at the UFC Apex twice in the last month. When asked about Francis, Mike's answer was short but powerful. The predator is always hunting. Is he the bridge that brings the two biggest powers in MMA together? If this deal goes through, we aren't just looking at a fight. We are looking at a billion-dollar event. But there is one man who stands in the way, and his name is Dana White. Let's analyze why Dana might finally be ready to swallow his pride. Follow the money. The UFC is a machine, and Dana White is the engineer. Last year, the heavyweight pay-per-view numbers saw a slight dip. Why? Because the fans want a spectacle. They don't just want a fight, they want a clash of civilizations. A UFC versus PFL co-promotion is exactly what the industry needs to hit that billion-dollar mark. Think about it. Saudi Arabia is investing billions into combat sports. They want Ngannou. They want Jones. And they have the capital to make Dana White say yes. Reports suggest a massive site fee is already being discussed in Riyadh. This isn't just a sports match anymore, it's a global business chess move. But at the end of the day, the power isn't just with Dana White or the Saudi investors. It's with you, the fans. If the world demands this fight, the UFC has no choice but to deliver. We've seen it with McGregor, we've seen it with Khabib, and now the stage is set for the biggest heavyweight clash in history. But the question remains, is Francis Ngannou still the baddest man on the planet, or has Jon Jones already claimed that throne for good? I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below with hashtag Team Ngannou or hashtag Team Jones. Tell me who you think wins this mega fight and why. And if you want to stay ahead of the game with the latest UFC leaks and combat sports news, make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You're watching PunchParadox USA, where we expose the truth behind the headlines. I'm out. See you in the next one.